morning students. In the last class, we have solved problems on time reversal test and factor reversal test. In today's class also, we are going to solve few more problems on time reversal test and factor reversal test. So the second problem is, for the following data, compute Fisher's ideal index number, show that Fisher's number it satisfies time reversal test and factor reversal test, that is FRT, for the given data. And the data given is item, next prices in rupees, next quantity. Prices in rupees, that is 2008 and 2009. Next quantity 2008, 2009. Items are A, B, C. 2008 prices are 9, 20, 10. 2009, 9, 21, 5, 15, 9, 21 and 15. Next, quantity of 2008 are 3, 9, 5 and quantity of 2009 are 6, 10, 6. So this is the information or this is the question where we are asked to compute Fisher's ideal index number. That means first we have to find out Fisher's price index number, then we have to show that it satisfies TRT and FRT. So first of all we are going to find out Fisher's ideal index number. So in the solution we are going to draw the table once again. So the first column is items, next item is A, B and C. Next 2008 prices. So prices is denoted by P. Here 2008 and 2009 is given. That means 2008 is base year and 2009 is current year. So base year prices are denoted by P0 and current year prices are denoted by P1. P0 and P1. Next quantity of 2008. Quantity of 2008 is denoted by Q0 and quantity of 2009 is denoted by Q1. Now we are going to write the values 9, 20, 10. Here it is 9, 21, 15. Next quantities are 3, 9, 5. Here it is 6, 10, 6. After this, now we are going to write the Fisher's ideal index number formula. So Fisher's ideal index number is so what is the formula of Fisher's ideal index number? P01 is equal to square root of summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 into 100. So this is Fisher's ideal index number formula. Now we are going to substitute the values. Before substituting the values, we have to find out P1 Q0, P0 Q0, P1 Q1 and P0 Q1. So the next columns will be P1 Q0, P0 Q0, then P1 Q1 and P0 Q1. So these values we have to find out first. So first P1 Q0, that means we are going to multiply P1 column with Q0 column. So 9 3s are 27. 21 into 9, it is 189. 15 into 5, it is 75. Now we have to make the total because we need summation of all these values. So make the total. When you make the total comes to 291. Next, P0 Q0. That means you are going to multiply P0 column with Q0 column. 9 into 3, 27. Next, 20 into 9, it is 180. 10 into 5, 50. When you make the total comes to 257. Next, P1 Q1. That means you are going to multiply P1 column with Q1 column. 9 into 6, 54. Then 21 into 10, 210. Next, 15 into 6, it is 90. Make the total, it is 354. Next, P0 Q1. These two columns you are going to multiply. 9 into 6, it is 54. Then 20 into 10, it is 200. Then 10 into 6, 60. Make the total comes to 340. Now we can substitute these values in the formula. So when you substitute the values, it becomes square root of summation P1 Q0 is 291 divided by summation P0 Q0 is 257 into summation P1 Q1 is 354 divided by summation P0 Q1 is 340 into 100. So now we are going to simplify it. When you simplify, it becomes square root of 291 divided by 257. It is 1.132 into 354 divided by 340. It is 1.127 into 100. Now when you multiply these two values, it becomes square root of 1.2758 into 100. Now we have to find out the square root of this value. When you find the square root of this value, it is 1.1295 into 100. So the Fisher's ideal index number is 112.95. 112.95. This is Fisher's ideal index number. 112.95. Now we have to show that it satisfies time reversal test and factor reversal test. So for time reversal test, we have to see the condition should be fulfilled. What is that condition? The condition is P01 into P10 is equal to 1. That means we have to remove P01, we know what is P01. Now we have to reverse the time and find Fisher's ideal index number. So Fisher's index with time reversed is, now when we are going to reverse the time, 1 will be substituted as 0 and 0 will be substituted as 1. So instead of P01 we are going to write it as P10 of Fisher's is equal to square root of P1 Q1 Q0 will become P0 Q1 divided by P0 Q0 will become summation P1 Q1 into summation P1 Q1 will become summation P0 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q1 will become summation P1 Q0 into 100. Into 100 is not required because for test we are going to consider near ratio, not percentage. So if you multiply it with 100, it will be converted into percentage. So we are going to keep it as just a ratio. So square root of, now substitute the value. P naught Q1 is 314 divided by P1 Q1 is 354 into P naught Q0 is 257 divided by P1 Q0 is 291. So this is Fisher's index with time reverse. Don't go to simplify again. Just keep it as it is. Now we are going to write the condition of TRT. So what is the condition? According to TRT, P01 into P10 should be equal to 1. So here P01 of f into P10 of f is equal to square root of. So P01 of f is 291 divided by 257 into 354 divided by 314 into the middle into. Now we are not going to multiply it with 100. Next P1 now. P1 now value is 314 divided by 354 into 257 divided by 291. Now we are going to cancel the values. Say 257 gets cancelled, 354 gets cancelled, 314 can be cancelled, and 291 also gets cancelled. So remaining is equal to square root of 1, which is equal to 1. So square root of 1 is 1. That means therefore we can write that hence Fisher's index number satisfies time reversal test, TRT. So this is how we have shown that it satisfies time reversal test. Now we have to show that it satisfies factor reversal test. So what is the condition of factor reversal test? That is P01 into Q01 should be equal to V01. The product of changes in the prices and the changes in the quantity must be equal to the relative changes in the value. So we know what is changes in price. We have calculated. Now we have to find out the changes in quantity. That means we have to find out the Fisher's quantity index number. So for FRT, first we are going to write Fisher's quantity index number. Quantity index number is. So what is Fisher's quantity index number formula? Q01F is equal to square root of summation. In the place of P we are going to write it as Q, and in the place of Q we are going to write it as P. Summation Q1 P0 divided by summation Q0 P0 into summation Q1 P1 divided by summation Q0 P1. So this is quantity index number. Now we are going to substitute the value, which is equal to square root of summation Q1 P0. Q1 P0 value is 340 divided by summation Q0 P0. Q0 P0 value is 257 into summation Q1 P1. Q1 P1 value is 354 and 354 divided by 291. Now see for which values you can cancel. See here, 314 can be cancelled and 291 can be cancelled, but other values cannot be cancelled. So the remaining values are which is equal to square root of 354. It is twice 354 divided by 257. So 257 as it is multiplied twice, we can write it as square. Now square and square root get cancelled. So remaining is 354 divided by 257. See, 354 is the total of P1, total of summation of P1 Q1 divided by 257. 257 is the total of P0 Q0. So this formula is nothing but it is the formula of value index number. Value index number is equal to summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0. So it is equal to value index number. So this condition is satisfied. So therefore we can say that Fisher's index number satisfies factor reversal test. Hence Fisher's index number satisfies factor reversal test. So this is all about how to compute index number and how to see that, how to show that it satisfies time reversal test and factor reversal test or not. So that's why Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number, because it satisfies time reversal test as well as factor reversal test, and it takes into consideration both base year quantity as well as current year quantity, and it is free from bias. That's why this Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number. Now we will move on to the next problem. Now the next problem is using the following data. Using the following data, verify whether a last year's index satisfies FRT, that is factor reversal test. And the second question is Marshall Edgeworth index number satisfies TRT, that is time reversal test. So this is the question, and the information given are: first column commodity, next column is base year and current year. Then base year, rise in rupees and value. Next current year, rise in rupees and value. information and we are asked to compute or verify last place index number satisfies FRT and Marshall Edwards index number satisfies time reversal test. And the commodities are rice, wheat, oil, fish and milk. And prices of base year are 40, 25, 95, 110, 80. The value 800, 400, 760, 1100 and 480. Next prices are 45, prices of current year 45, 30, 95, 120 and 90. Then value 990, 450, 855, 1200 and 630. So this is the information given to us. So now we have to find out whether last year's index number satisfies FRT and Marshall Edwards index number satisfies time reversal test. So this is the question. Now here, first of all, price of base year and current year are given and we need quantities of base year and current year. But here, values of base year and current year are given. So first of all, we have to find out quantities of base year as well as current year. So the solution here, prices and values of base and current period, base and current period are given. And so what we have to do? So we must convert values into quantities. So first of all, we have to convert these values into quantities. That is, value is equal to price into quantity. Therefore, quantity is equal to, so how to find out quantity? You are going to bring this price here, this side. So value will become divided by. So value divided by price. Value divided by price. So first we are going to draw the table once again to find and then find the quantities of this year and current year. So first column will be commodities. Commodities are rice, wheat, oil, fish and milk. Next, after commodities, base year prices are given, which is denoted by P naught. So the values are 40, 25, 95, 110, then 80. Next, we are provided with base year value, that is price into quantity, that is base year, that is P naught, Q naught. So P naught, Q naught. So value is 800, then 400, next 760, then 1100, 480. Next, current year prices are given, which is denoted by P1. So P1 values are 45, 30, 95, 120, 90. Next, value of current year is denoted by P1, Q1. So next column is P1, Q1. divided by 30, 15. 855 divided by 95, 9. 1200 divided by 120, it is 10. Then 630 divided by 90, it is 7. Now, we need in the formula, for the formula of partial edges. First we will say the first condition, that is, first question we will solve. That is, last year's index satisfies FRT, that we have to see. So what is the condition of FRT? That is P01 into Q01 should be equal to P01. So first we have to calculate P01 of last year's, then Q01 of last year's. Next we have to see whether P01 if you multiply with Q01 whether it is equal to value index number. So first of all we have to consider last year's price index. Consider last year's price index. So what is the last year's price index formula? P01L is equal to summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0. So what is the total of summation P1 Q0? So P1 Q0 is not there. So first we have to calculate P1 Q0, then P0 Q0 total. So we need P1 Q0. To calculate P1 Q0, you are going to multiply P1 column with Q0 column. 45 into 20, it is 45 into 20, it is 800 and 900. P1 Q0 900. Next 30 into 16, it is 480. 95 into 8, it is 760. Then 120 into 10, 1200. 90 into 6, it is 540. Now calculate the total. You need the total of P0 Q1 Q0. When you make the total comes to 3880. So next we need summation of P0 Q0. That means we have to make the total of this column. 800 plus 400 plus 760 plus 1100 plus 480. So it is 3540. Now we can easily substitute these values in the formula. So when you substitute, P1 Q0 total is 3880 divided by P0 Q0 total is 3540. No need to multiply it with 100 because we are going to test for factor reversal. That is factor reversal test. So we are not going to multiply it with 100. Next we need quantity index number. So last year's quantity index number is quantity index number is. So what is the formula of last year's quantity index number? Q01F is equal Q01N is equal to summation Q1 P0 divided by summation Q0 P0. So we need summation of Q1 P0, that means P0 Q1. Q1 P0 is not calculated, so we have to calculate P0 Q1. P0 Q1 should be calculated. So P0 Q1 how to calculate? We are going to multiply P0 column with Q1 column. So 40 into 22, it is 880. Next 25 into 15, it is 375. Next 95 into 9, it is 855. Then 110 into 10, it is 1100. Then 80 into 7, it is 560. Now make the total. When you calculate the total is 3770. Now you have to substitute the value. Q1 P0 is 3770 divided by Q0 P0. Q0 P0 is 3540. No need to simplify. Now we are going to write the condition of FRT. According to FRT, What is the condition? P naught 1 into Q naught 1 must be equal to B naught 1. So P naught 1 of P naught 1 of last year's into Q naught 1 of last year's should be is equal to P naught 1 is 3880 divided by 3540 into Q naught 1 is 3770 divided by 3540. Now we have to see whether we can cancel the values. See, 3540 is here, but here the 3540 is not there. Next 3880, here it is not there, so we can't cancel the values. So it is not equal to summation of P1 Q1 divided by summation of P0 Q0. That means it is not equal to P0 1. So can we say that it satisfies factor reversal test? Therefore we can conclude that last year's index number does not satisfy, as it is not equal to P0 1, so it does not satisfy time factor reversal test. So this is the solution for the first question, that is last year's index number satisfies factor reversal test that we have to verify. So we can say that last year's index number does not satisfy factor reversal test. Now we have to solve the second question, that is Marshall-Edwards index number satisfies time reversal test. So what is the condition for time reversal test? According to time reversal test, P01 into P10 should be equal to 1. So that we have to verify for Marshall-Edwards index number. So next, second question. For the second question, answer is that is B. You can write it as B. Consider, first we need P01 of Marshall-Edwards. Consider Marshall-Edwards price index. So what is the formula of Marshall-Edwards price index? P01 is equal to summation P1 Q0 plus summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0 plus summation P0 Q1. Now we are going to substitute the values in this equation. So summation P1 Q0 total is 3880 plus P1 Q1 total. We have to make this column total. 990 plus 450 plus 855 plus 1200 plus 630. Total comes to 4125. So 4125 divided by P0 total is 3540 plus P0 Q1 total is 3770. Now we will simplify it. 3800 plus 4125, it is 8005 divided by 3540 plus 3770, 7310. After this we need Marshall-Edwards index with time reverse. So Marshall-Edwards index with time reverse is, now we are going to reverse the time and write the Marshall-Edwards index number formula. So when you reverse the time, that is P1 naught is equal to summation P1 Q naught will become P naught Q1 plus P1 Q1 will become summation of P naught Q naught divided by summation P naught Q naught will be written as P1 Q1 plus summation P naught Q1 will become P1 Q0. Now we are going to substitute the values. P0 Q1 is 3770 plus P0 Q0 is 3540 3,540, it is 7,310 divided. 4,125 plus 3,880, it is 8,005. Now, according to TRT, the condition is P01 into P10 should be equal to 1. So here P01 of Marshall Edgeworth into P10 of Marshall Edgeworth is equal to, so P01 is 8,005 divided by 7,310 into P10 of Marshall Edgeworth is 7,310 divided by 8,005. Now see, 7,310, 7,310 gets cancelled, 8,005 and 8,005 gets cancelled. So it is equal to 1. So therefore we can say that Marshall Edgeworth index number satisfies CRT, that is time universal test. So like this we have solved the two problems. That the first problem is verify whether last year's index number satisfies FI. When we solved, we came to know that last year's index number does not satisfy factor reversal test. Next we have to verify whether Marshall Edgeworth index number satisfies TRT. So when we solved the problem, we came to know that Marshall Edgeworth index number satisfies time reversal test. So this is the solution for the given problem. So in our